Before we get started, subscribe to my channel. If you have a food truck or you got a restaurant, you're gonna need food service managers and food handlers. And in the state of Texas, you have to have at least one food service manager on shift at all times. And you can have all the handlers you want, but you need to have at least one food service manager. So me and my wife and my kids, we all take the certification for managers, so that if one of us leave, one of us is still there, because you can't have all your food handlers there and without a manager. You can have all your managers there without food handlers. So I'm gonna show you here in the state of Texas, we can just go here and we can just click and take the exam for $35. You don't have to take the course. I took the course 5 years ago, because once you take the exam, this exam is good for 5 years. So we all took the food manager certification, and a lot of companies just get one manager certified, then they get handlers because they don't want to pay the $35. They want to just pay the $8.99. But different states have different requirements. So let's look at Ohio. You know, right here you got to take the food. Let's see, Ohio manager certification in food protection right there. So it's different requirements. It's $65, and you can take the exam and certification right there. So if we go to maybe Louisiana, pretty similar to Texas, see they have different requirements. So we're going to go back to Texas. So like I said, you can just take the test, and they give you 2 attempts to take the test. So if you got it's 75 questions, and you got to make at least a 70 on the test. And if you fail it the first time, you get to attempt it the second time. But they show you all the questions that you got right and wrong. The bad thing about it, the ones that you got wrong, they don't give you the correct answers for them. So you have to Google it and find the correct answers. And then when you take it again, maybe 2-3 days later, you would have the correct answers, and you could study on your own. Or you could just go ahead and, I think it's $79 where you could take the course, and then after the course you could take the exam. But we paid $35. I'm gonna show you what mine's look like. So I'm logged in, and I go to my courses, and I'm gonna show you how the certification look once you pass it. And I'm gonna go to enroll users, then users and groups, then I click on my name, then I log in as a learner. And right there you see I got my certification on January the 10th, 2023, and it's good for 5 years. So it will expire January the 10th, 2028. So let's click on this certificate so you can see what it looks like. And this is what the certificate look like. This is a food manager certification, and you got to have this in your establishment hanging up. So it has your name, and it has the signature of the person. Then it has the effective date, which is January the 10th, 2023. And it says it expires 5 years from the effective date, and it gives you your certification number down here. And now I'm a certified manager. And like I said, my wife, my son, my daughter, we're all certified manager. In case somebody have to leave out the food truck or out the restaurant, you still have a manager on hand. And I'm gonna show you some of the questions that they asked on this test. Like I said, it's 75 questions. And let's look at this question right here. It says, to prevent cross-contamination in the food storage area, food handlers should ensure that ready-to-eat foods are stored separately from raw, uncooked foods. So that's the answer to that. I'm gonna give you a few more and just show you. Check this out. It says a prep cook must be sure to wash hands well before using the restroom, before leaving the restroom, before coming back into the kitchen, all the above. That's common sense there. But then you have this question right here. Which of the following should be the best method for cleaning and sanitizing equipment that cannot be placed in a dish machine or 3-compartment sink? And the answer is clean, rinse, and sanitize in place. They call this CIP, clean in place. So that's another question right there. Let's look at a couple of more. It say NSF stands for what? National Sanitation Foundation. And we'll look at this. HACCP it's a management system designed to prevent foodborne illness. We'll look at this one that says clean dishes must blank before they are stored. The answer is air dried, not towel dried or anything else. It has to be air dried. Let's look at this question. How long should you wash your hand? At least 20 seconds. 20 seconds. We'll look at another one. Rachel has 10 times the amount of bleach required for making a sanitizing solution. This is considered a chemical hazard. Chemical hazard. We'll look at a couple of more. We'll look at this one. The greatest concern about having pets in a restaurant is the spread of disease. And we'll look at this question here. An establishment must use potable waters for all food related tasks. Which of the following is an example of potable water? Drinking water is potable water. Well water is potable water. Boiler water, rainwater is not potable water. So potable water is drinking water or well water. Okay, I'm gonna give you this last question and I'll let you guys go. It says you are working in an establishment that has only one reach-in freezer. What is the proper way to store the items from the highest to the lowest? And the lowest should be your meat. The highest should be your lettuce, sliced ham, raw, a burger patties. So your meat and especially your chicken and stuff should be stored at the bottom in case you don't want any blood dripping down on your food. So this is how it should be stored in the refrigerator. If the inspector walk in, you should have the lettuce at the top, sliced turkey, and your raw meats at the bottom. All right, if this video helps, subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a great day.